Hi everyone, Jamie from StretchMed Studios here. Welcome to our stretch session today. For our stretch session, we are going to be utilizing either a chair or a wall. Some of the stretches, we can use the chair to assist you with some balance. So if you have a moment, go grab a chair. If you're near a wall, perfect. Some of these stretches you'll be able to do on your own with balance. Others would want to use the chair or the wall to assist. So I just wanted to say that you are participating at your own risk, and we are providing this to you as a resource. And prior to any exercise or stretch program, you should always consult with your physician. If any of our stretches you feel are too aggressive and you want to skip, please feel free. And if at any point in time you need to take a break, please do so. I will be providing some modifications for some of our stretches, but if you need a break, please take it. And I don't want you to get hurt, so please be careful as you stretch with us today. So I'm going to stand up here. Most of our stretch routine today is going to be from a standing position, and positive focus is going to be that we want to focus on where we want to go rather than what we're trying to get away from. So again, we're not looking behind us, we're looking forward, full steam ahead. I'm going to adjust my computer just a little bit here so that you can see my head. Make sure, there we go, we'll bring it down just a little bit. You get it all set up and then you record, and sometimes it changes a little bit and adjusts. So now we look like we're going to be in a good place. So let's get started. I have my chair here and I have a wall behind me. So I will show you modifications on each as we're going through our stretches. So first we're going to start with our neck. So we're going to start by tilting our ear down towards our left shoulder, left ear to left shoulder. And we're just going to bring the chin all the way across and over so the right ear is to the right shoulder. Good. We're going to do it again, nice and slow. Good. Do it a couple more times here, nice and slow. And again, this is going to depend on your range of motion. So you go through the stretch where you feel comfortable. And we'll go across the back one more time because it feels really good today. There's one, and down, and across one more time. Excellent. All right, now what I want to do, take a stance about your feet are about shoulder width apart, slightly wider than shoulder width apart. You're going to take the left arm, you're going to reach up, and you're going to reach over and across. And you're really working to feel the stretch all the way through your side, up into your lats, into your obliques. Really reach over and across and feel that stretch. Okay, you can always use this left hand to put, your right hand on your right leg if you need some balance as you come over. Going to hold here. Each of our stretches are going to hold 15 to 20 seconds. And like I always say, if one of these stretches feels really good, you have an area that's really tight, feel free to do the stretch more than one time if that's what you need. I'm just going to hold here. You can bring this left arm across and through to deepen that stretch and intensify it a little bit, or leave it right here on the leg if you're comfortable. Just lean over just like this, really reaching out through that arm, through that lat, down to the oblique. And I can even feel it here into my QL hip a little bit. Good. Now I'm going to come up. What I want you to do is take your hands, interlock your fingers, and you're going to reach forward. We're going to work on stretching out that back. So you're going to reach forward with these shoulders. So you can see my shoulders from here. They're coming forward. Okay? And really reach forward. You can put that head down a little bit too. And you're just going to really reach forward and feel that stretch. Those shoulder blades are pulling themselves apart. Okay, you're just going to sit and hold and just let that stretch set in a little bit. Good. Now we're going to do one more stretch for back there. It's going to take you a little bit deeper than that stretch that we just showed you. So you can use your trusty chair, or you can use your wall for this one. You're just going to put your hands on the chair or on the wall. Okay. You're going to step back, and you're going to slowly just kind of sit back with your butt. Okay, and then take the head down in between the shoulder blades and just sit down so that you feel that stretch coming through the shoulders and down through that back. And you're just going to sit and hold like this. And if you have a wall, it's the same thing. Hands are on the wall and just going to sit down and back like this. Okay, and how deep you get into this is going to really depend on your shoulder flexibility. Okay. Good. Now I'm going to come back up. And this next stretch is going to be for our chest. And you can, again, use your chair or your wall for this one. So you're gonna put your hand, we're gonna work on stretching out the left chest first. Here, I'm gonna come down just a little bit because I have a lower chair, so I'm gonna come down into a straddle, just like this. And all I'm gonna do is keep my arm nice and straight here, and I'm just gonna turn in towards my shoulder and away from the chair. I'm sorry, away from your shoulder, away from the chair. So just like this, okay? If you're up against the wall, it's gonna look something like this. You can see how I start here. See how my arm is here like this, and I'm just gonna lean out and away from my shoulder. And just hold that stretch there. You'll feel a nice stretch to the shoulder and right through that pectoralis muscle on the left side. And just gonna hold here. And now we're gonna switch sides. I'm gonna stay on the wall so that way you can see me better than if I went on the chair and my back was to you. So again, arm is here on the wall, and I'm just gonna turn away. So I start here, and I just turn away, opening up my hips and my shoulder this way away from that wall. I'm just gonna hold it here. And you can always bring that arm up a little bit or bring it down a little bit. Target different areas of that pec and that shoulder if you'd like to as well. Good. Good. Give our shoulders a couple of rolls forward, a couple of rolls backward here. That felt pretty darn good. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're going to work on stretching out our adductors a little bit. So from here, we're gonna step out to the right. Okay, and we're gonna come down, bend that right knee, make sure that knee stays over that toe. You don't want it coming forward, you wanna keep it directly in line with the toe, so you don't want that knee coming forward. We're just gonna come down, sit sideways. I'll come back a little bit further for you like this. Okay, you feel that stretch right through that left adductor. And from here, what I want you to do is I want you to just turn and reach with that left hand over to the right side of your body. And you're getting some trunk rotation. So we're stretching the adductor on the left side, and we're getting a little bit of trunk rotation as well now. So we're just gonna hold. That's it. Good, now we're gonna come back up, and now you're gonna go this way. So lean into that right hip adductor, groin, if you'd like it as well. And from here, I'm gonna just turn. And you can turn as far as you want. You just want to turn slightly, keep that left hand here on your leg, you can. You want to get a deeper stretch, you turn here, just make sure you're still sitting into that adductor as well. So you're getting that stretch here and through the trunk. We're just gonna hold. Good. Excellent. Okay, we're gonna bring our feet together now. We're gonna do a little bit of quad stretching. So now we have our chair. And our chair is going to be a balance. So if you need to use it, go ahead. If you don't need it, that's entirely up to you based on your balance ability. So we're gonna start by stretching out our right quad first. So I usually put my left arm out to counterbalance a little bit, bring that leg up, grab that foot. I'll turn to my side so you can see just above my ankle, and I'm just gonna pull that knee in towards my bum. If you need the chair for balance, that's what the chair is for. You can see I'm up nice and straight here. My leg is perpendicular to the floor, and I'm working to pull that heel in towards my butt. And you can intensify by grabbing that foot with both hands, which I just did, and gives you a little bit extra pull there. Now from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer the stretch from the quad and grab that hip flex a little bit now. So what we're gonna do is, if you're not using the chair, you can extend that left arm out, and you're just going to bring that hip and extend it back and away from the body like this. And you're just gonna hold. If you have the chair, put your hand here. Same thing, just extend that hip away and just hold. Now you get that stretch into the hip flexor and the quad. You can continue to bring that heel in towards your bum and hip away, and you'll get a nice deep quad and hip flexor stretch. And we're working on your balance. Good, let's go ahead and switch sides. So from here, I just put my right arm out a little bit, grab that left leg just above the ankle, stay nice and parallel here, and I'm gonna work to bring that foot right into my butt, and I will grab with my other leg here and just try and intensify it as much as I can. I'm just gonna hold here. That's it. Woo, I almost fell over, so that's why the chair's there. Okay, hold. now from here, extend out. You can reach forward and really get into that hip flexor and hold that quad with it. Again, if you need the chair is right here for you, okay? That's why we have the chair. See, look, I just needed it right there, and we're just gonna hold. Good. You may find that one side of your balance is great, and the other side you're all over the place with. That's normal. So most people have one side that they're more comfortable and that they balance better on than the other side. So don't worry about that. All right, so now we're gonna get into some stretches for our hamstrings. So I'll turn to the side so you can see. What you're gonna do is let's start with our right hamstring. I'm gonna put that right hamstring out. Can't really see my feet, but anyway, I am up like this, so my heel is on the floor. Heel on the floor, okay? And I'm just gonna sit down and back. You can see I have my left and right hand on my left quad, just above my knee, just for balance. And just sit back and work on lifting those toes up towards you. So you're sitting down, lifting your butt and lifting those toes, okay? And to intensify, just keep sitting and lifting. So I'm not just sitting, I'm sitting down and I'm lifting that butt up towards the ceiling. You feel a nice long stretch to that hamstring. And we're just gonna hold here. Good. Okay, now let's switch and do the same thing here on our left hamstring. So left leg's gonna come out, my right hand and leg here on my right quad, and I'm just gonna sit back and then lift that butt up towards the ceiling, okay? So I'm here, sit and lift. Okay, good. And just keep working on sitting. Remember, those toes are up. So my heel is like this on the floor, okay? And just hold that stretch. Deep as you can go on it. Some people may be lower than I can. That's wonderful. If you need to use the chair to assist you in balance, that's what it's there for, just like this. Okay? Good. Okay. So we got our quads, we got our hamstrings, we got our hip flexors. Now we're going to work a little bit on our IT band and on our exterior hip here. Okay? So to start with the IT band, I'm going to take my right leg, bring it across the front of my left. Okay? Bring my chair back. You don't need the chair for this one, but I like to use it just like this. And you're just going to lean down into the chair. Okay? And you'll feel a nice stretch right through here. You don't have a chair, that's fine. Just go like this. You'll feel that stretch right through there. If you have a wall, same thing, legs across, and you're just leaning in towards that wall. Okay? Feeling that nice stretch. So I'm here, and you can see I'm tilting the top half of my body away, and I'm really pushing my hip right in towards that chair. Oh, that feels good. Just gonna hold. And then we're gonna do the other side. So I'm gonna stay facing you for this one. So left leg comes across in front of the right, and I'm just gonna tilt that right hip away. So you can use the chair in a couple different ways. You can see on this one, I'm using it to hold me this way. And the other one, I was using it to stabilize me leaning in towards it. So you can use the chair a couple different ways based on what's most important for you. Okay, nice little lean and just hold. That's it, good. Excellent. Okay, now we're gonna do a glute stretch. What we're gonna do is we're gonna do a standing figure four, basically glute stretch, okay? With the right leg. I'm gonna put that right leg up here like this on the knee, and all I want you to do is sit down and back. You can use the chair to help you balance, okay? So right knee comes up, and you're just gonna sit down as low as you can go, okay? Work on keeping that knee down, so when you're in this position here, you can always give a little push down to that knee as you're sitting, and hold here. You feel a nice stretch to that right glute. Good, that's it, perfect. We'll hold for a few more seconds here. Good, now we're gonna switch sides and do the same thing to the left side. So ankle up, and I'm gonna sit right back down, just like this. Because I'm using my left hand to hold, I use my right hand here to push down and hold my knee. So there's a few different ways you can do this, assisting with the chair, just based on the position of where you are, where your chair is, and where your wall is. So experiment with what gets you deepest into the stretch. You can see now I'm down a little bit deeper, okay, but I'm using the chair to hold me up. Others of you may not need a chair. You may be able to just come down into the stretch and work on your balance from here, okay? And just hold, just like this, the balancing game. Good. Okay, now we're gonna come up. Now we're gonna use our chair and we're gonna hit those calves. We're gonna hit both muscles of the calves right now. So let's start with the right calf. So I'm going to put my left leg in front, right leg is back. My heel is on the floor. So on this one, keep that heel nice and tight on the floor. Okay. If you don't have a chair, you don't need a chair. If you have one, use it. You can also do this against the wall as well. So here, arms are out, heel is down, and all you're going to do is lean down and forward. So you can put your hands on that left knee and lean forward. Use the chair, lean into the chair, same thing with the wall. Just keep that heel on the floor, okay? And this one here, we're going to just hold for a little bit. It's a nice stretch in that gastroc muscle. I'm just going to hold. Keep that heel down. Your range of motion on this and flexibility is going to be keeping that heel on the floor. So how far down you come is determined by that heel. The second that heel comes up, you need to back up, get that heel back on the floor, and go as far as you can by keeping that heel down. Okay, now I'm going to come back up. Neutral position here. Don't move the legs. All I want to do now is put a bend into that right knee. Okay? And now from here, you're going to suddenly feel that stretch shift down into the lower part of the calf. We're now hitting the soleus muscle. So if you want to bring your stance in a little bit more, you can keep that bend in that knee. And the same thing, you're just going to sit down and into that stretch here. You can hold here. So down and in, you're going to feel that stretch still in the calf. You may feel a little bit lower in this calf now. And we're just going to hold. Remember, we've told you the gastroc, the soleus are two muscles in the calf, but they both come into the Achilles tendon that attaches right under the heel, base of the heel. So we really need to make sure we stretch both of these muscles. So don't forget that. One stretches with the straight knee, one stretches with that bent knee. Okay, so let's stretch it out. Switch sides here. Okay, so now I'm working on stretching out my left calf. So I'm going to take a nice wide stance, knee is straight, heel is on the floor, and I'm just going to bend down. I'm sorry, bend forward is actually an easier term to describe this one. Forward, you can use the chair, your wall, but if you don't have either, just like this, okay? But my heel is staying on the floor. Good. Just hold here, here, just like this. That's a good stretch. Feels awesome. Okay, I like to bring my stance back in again a little bit like this. I'm going to bend that knee, and then from here I'm going to sit. There we go, until I hit that stretch in my soleus. And we'll hold again. You can use the chair for balance if you need to use the chair for balance. Just make sure that heel stays on the floor, knee is bent. So just hold it a little bit longer. Good. Excellent. Okay, give those ankles a little roll here. Calf should feel good now. Okay, one more stretch here. Now we're going to hit our low back. So what we're going to do here now is, all I want you to do is just come down and forward, right down, all the way down, as low as you can get to the floor as possible. Okay, so some of you may be here, some of you may have your fingertips, some of you may be here, and some of you may be palms all the way down. Go as far as you can and hold it there. Okay, and hold it for about 5 or 6 seconds here. Good. Make sure those knees are as straight as they can be. Once you start bending the knees, you lose that stretch in the hamstring. So keep those knees nice and straight. So we're here. Now I want you to walk those hands over to your left-hand side. If you're here, just turn slightly to that left-hand side, to that left foot here. Now you're going to feel that stretch a little bit more on the outside of that left leg. Hold. Good. Now we're going to walk back into the middle. We're going to hold here again. And as you're doing this, work on reaching a little bit deeper. Okay? Now we're going to walk over to that right foot, just like this. And now you feel that stretch hit a little bit more into the right exterior portion here, a little bit more into that glute, into the lateral hamstring. We're going to come back into the middle. Hold. Come up nice and slow. Good. From here, hands here on the legs, and arch that. Back down, head up. Hold. Round that back, head down. One more time. Arch that back and head up. Turn here. So you're like this. And then round and head down. And come up nice and slow. Breath in. exhale. And that is our stretch for the day. So thank you for joining me. It's been a pleasure, and I look forward to seeing you at our next stretch session. Take care.